She was part Irish, a lot of fun. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to have been on the wrong side of Yootha.
Mildred, am I or am I not master in my own house?
Don't be ridiculous. Hello, dear. Come on in.
Yootha loved playing the role of Mildred. It was fantastically well written, and it was a great fun role to play. But she herself was a much stronger personality, much, much tougher. She was a tough nut.
What time would you like me to come, dear?
Oh, about 8.
Oh, lovely.
Hey, just a
Down, George. See you later, love.
There was something about that woman. She had an enormously attractive personality. There was great intelligence there. It shone out of every corner of her. And I think that's what people reacted to.
Now, where's that cane?
That's right, give it a good hiding.
Oh. I'm just giving it a little extra support. Now, this is the lazy one. It just flops around and it doesn't try. I call it George.
That she was a terrific speaker of lines. Her exit lines, entrance lines, everything was designed to leave in ruins what the previous person had said.
I feel about that big.
I'm not giving you an argument, George.
I think that Mildred was a complete representation of the 70s. You know, this new sexual freedom. Women could say what they wanted, and they came into a class of their own. They could be attractive.
Battle axes had, you know, lisle stockings and sensible shoes and funny hats. And there was Yootha Joyce, and she was very sexy.
Mrs. Roper, I was wondering if I could have a word with you, please.
Oh, yes, of course, love. Would you like to go in the lounge?
Oh, right.
Right.
Sorry.
No. Go on, after you.
It was the beginning of women coming out and saying, look, you know, I'm here, I'm gorgeous, and I should be able to have what I want when I want it, more or less.
Give me that pillow.
I'll tell you what, they're not going to have a very comfortable night in this single bed.
Well, they're not going to sleep here, George. No, they're sleeping in our bedroom.
What for?
Well, because I'm not having a sneering at this one.
Well, where are we supposed to... Oh, no.
Yes, George.
No. I mean, we'll be squashed up against each other.
Yes, George.
The whole joke of the situation was that she was sexy, but her sexual powers were utterly frustrated by the accident of being married to this wimp.
He wasn't as bright as she was. He wasn't as energetic as she was. He wasn't as good-looking as she was. And to crowd it all, he couldn't even get it up. I mean, what could you ask? Poor woman.
How about an early night?
No, Mildred, I'm a bit tired.
The whole intensity is born out of no sex. She's not getting it. So she just more or less do anything to get it off, but he's not going to do it. That's the one little hold he has over her, innit?
Well, I don't like her coming in our bedroom, Mildred.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I might have been in the mood to, you and me. Well, I couldn't, could I, with the dog on the bed?
I'll take her straight down.
Yeah.
This battle axe, who was demanding, in a way. I knew she'd never get it from him. I mean, you just knew that nothing amazingly physical was ever going to happen with him.
She wanted to love him as a man, as somebody who was a great passion of her life. But I think she probably ended up loving him like she would love a child in the end, and she couldn't have possibly left him. And it was an era as well that people just stuck in there.
Oh, there it is. George, how would you fancy me coming to bed in that?
What, a golf cart?
The see-through nightie, George, on the other page.
Oh, that, yeah. Well, what do you want one of them for?
God knows.
Yootha Joyce was glamorous and sexy, and so you threw in an extra element, but you still had this thing of having a weaker character that she was playing off and playing against. Because you can't be a battle axe on your own. You've got to be a battle axe with somebody. You've got to say something, shut up, to somebody, and they've got to shut up.
I'm your husband, Mildred, and I forbid it.
Oh, well, dear, of course that settles it. I'm going.
I'll get better treatment if I had a cold nose and dropped hairs all over the place.
You have, and you do. Honestly, George, I think you must be going soft in the head.
As well.
Mildred literally missed out some of the riches of a good relationship, and was wistful. You catch a wistful look in her eye, what things might have been. Yootha wasn't unlike that too.
There's always a vulnerability about battle axes, because without it, they're impossible. They've all got their soft underbellies. Yootha Joyce certainly displayed it. She was a hungry person. She was deprived.
Well, George?
Well, what?
I went to the beauty parlour this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Shut, were they? The thing about Yootha, she did like to give the impression that she was totally self-contained and could look after herself and everything. But over the years, I gradually realised that that wasn't strictly true.
I mean, when have you ever given me anything? Paid me any little attentions? I mean, a woman likes to be reminded occasionally that she is a woman.
Well, yeah. Well, you're a woman, Mildred.
Oh.
It seemed to me that she cared less and less about her inner self, as it were. She wouldn't eat a great deal. And after the shows, when we go out socialising, she'd order a great plate of something, but I'd see that most of it was left. But I hadn't realised how ill she was or had been. Only 2 days earlier, she had been celebrating her birthday, sitting up, looking not too bad, with her glasses perched on the end of her nose and looking at them. The whole room, clinic room, filled with flowers and these cards, and she was giving her orders out to me. Now, you will see that so-and-so gets replied to. Yes, 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 yes. I will, don't worry. So when I went back on the Sunday, I was expecting to see her even brighter. She sadly had gone into a coma, and whilst I was sitting there, she slipped away.
I was very sad for Yootha Joyce. A, she died much too young, but B, she had more talent in her little finger than half the people around her. And she was never given the chance to develop as she should.
George, you remember this one? Come on, George, you pretend to be the man.